Heather Cramer, owner of Olive and Marlowe, our olive oil shop. And just walking around here, I mean, I had no idea there are flavors of olive oil I never even would have conceived in my wildest imagination, but they sound delicious.
Yeah, yeah.
I recommend everybody get down here and just take a look around. And I mean, the ideas that are coming to mind as far as what I could be cooking with this stuff is incredible. Now, like you would pair cheese with certain wines, does the same thought go into pairing certain olive oils with breads and vegetables, fruits and things?
Yeah, yeah. And the area that I enjoy the most are the unflavored olive oils. We carry, you know, anywhere from like 7 to 9 different varietals. So they're just olive oils named after the variety of olive used in the oil.
So no flavor that's not natural to it, but it is tasting like an olive.
Yep, yep. And they're all very unique. They're like apples in that, you know, you might be a Granny Smith person or a Gala, you know, lover. You know, they're all a little bit different, because some people think, oh, I thought olive oil was just olive oil. It's just an olive. But I say, no, they're about a different...
Well, now that we're talking about it, you know, I can't say that I've ever really looked into it that deeply, but now that you mention it, and I mean, I don't even know really... I mean, I can know in taste and color what the difference is between olive oil and like extra virgin olive oil, but what is the difference really?
What makes an olive oil extra virgin? Well, there's several factors that go into that. First of all, the olive oil must be free of defects. So an olive oil that starts off as extra virgin, a perfect extra virgin olive oil, will not stay extra virgin over time. I mean, it's not a shelf-stable product. So, you know, after it is pressed, it's going to continue to degrade.
Wow, so if I see extra virgin olive oil sitting in the store, it's only extra virgin for so long?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, look for a harvest date. If you're buying olive oil in the store, look for a harvest date on the bottle, because that will tell you when it was pressed.
It's like wine, kind of.
Yeah.
It's delicate.
Yeah.
I never knew this.
Yeah. So people who tell me like, oh, I got some of your olive oil 3 years ago and I still have it. I was like, well, don't eat that olive oil. Don't use that anymore. Chuck it out.
Wow. So olive oil is meant to be enjoyed, and soon.
Yeah, soon. Yeah, because it's like you wouldn't leave that, you know, gallon of milk in your refrigerator for months on end. You know, you'd eat it up because you know that it's a perishable item.
I get the impression there's a lot of misconceptions out there about olive oil. It's good for you, it's bad for you. What's the real dish?
It's very good for you. It's great for your heart, great for so many different things. It can be, depending on the freshness of the olive oil that you use, it can be anti-carcinogenic. It's great for arthritis. I'm always telling my grandmother to, you know, up her olive oil intake to help with her rheumatoid arthritis.
Wow, and is that just because viscosity of it? That it just kind of penetrates the body?
It's a lubricant. It's good for, you know, cardiovascular disease. Wow. So it can, you know, unclog your arteries.
Well, but between this stuff and red wine, I'm all set.
You're all set.
That's dinner.
Yeah.
Right?
And great for your skin. It's, you know, it slows aging.
Well, I'm sold. Now, of all the flavors here, I mean, there are some really unique ones just looking around. I saw espresso, flavored olive oil. There, what are some of the real standout stars that you've got here?
My new favorite, my favorite flavored olive oil had been rosemary for a long time, and I love the rosemary. It's very versatile. We used it, you know, a lot during the holidays. It was always on the table at my parents' house when we were visiting them. But my new favorite olive oil is our vanilla bean.
Get out of here. That's almost like a dessert. It is. And now I'm a daily ice cream eater. I love it on my ice cream. I just drizzle it on my vanilla ice cream and then put a sprinkle of salt. Like, I never would have thought of that.
It's fantastic. I love the vanilla because unlike our other flavored oils, where I can really just taste the flavoring, I'm tasting the vanilla with the green, grassy flavor of the Arbequina olive.
Wow.
And it's wonderful. Would you like to try some?
Yeah.
In true olive oil tasting fashion, we're going to do it. I'm going to have you cover the top.
Yeah, like this. Now, what does this do?
This warms it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. because warming it will release a lot of the aromas. And then in inhaling it and smelling it,
Oh, so it has like a bouquet.
you'll get that.
Is it ready for smell yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. So smell it.
Wow.
And then you're going to just
Shoot it like a shot.
and really, really taste it. So you get that vanilla,
Yeah.
and then
Oh, there's an
and then you
aftertaste.
taste the olive. You can tell that it's really an olive oil. It's not, because I tell people who see all the flavored oils, they're like, I didn't know you could have this many flavors of olive oil. I'm like, well,
And I didn't know you could do them like a shot either. I mean, well, you know, there are olives on every single show I do.
Yeah.
What about olive oil in cocktails?
Okay, so not being a drinker myself, I did a little research, because when I first suggested having olive oil and vinegar cocktails at our grand opening, my husband was like, is this a thing, or are you making this up? Like, how do you know?
Well,
that
which
this will
was it?
work?
Yeah.
And I did some research, and it is a thing. It's it's a thing that some more progressive cities and restaurants and bars are doing, because I think the idea is having that fatty component and that kind of almost greasy mouthfeel to cocktails.
Yeah, olives themselves made their way into cocktails, so it just kind of seems like it'd just be one step further in that direction.
And I think a lot of it has to do with
Little vanilla.
with that fatty mouthfeel. So our friend and bartender created a lot of really, really intriguing cocktails.
I see a cocktail cookbook in your future.
I'd like to do it.
Now, how do you infuse flavor into olive oil?
Sometimes, like for instance, our Meyer lemon olive oil, it gets that flavor because the lemons are actually crushed in with the olives.
Wow.
So there's no way around it.
You are bringing us into the age of olive oil.
Yeah. Like I think like Bon Appetit just listed Pittsburgh as the next big food city.
Now, the most popular condiment in Pittsburgh right now, aside from French fries, is ketchup.
Yeah.
So what do you think it will take for olive oil to put Pittsburgh on the map?
I think people just need to be educated. Like come and take some courses. Come and try this on your food, because we use this as a condiment. It's not just a cooking vehicle. We don't just put it in the pan. We use it as a finishing, and not just the flavored oil. It's just a straight oil. Because the stronger, more peppery, grassy oils are great for finishing meats, like drizzled on top of your steak, and it actually accentuates the flavor of your food.
Yeah. There's the whole educational aspect. Now, do you give classes or courses? Or
I
anything
do,
like that?
and people have a lot of questions, and I feel like I like to be equipped with answers, and I love to talk about it, and I love to taste olive oil, and I encourage people to bring in their olive oil from home, whatever you have in your pantry and you use.
Yeah.
If you want to see how it compares to really excellent quality olive oil, like I love to taste it and explain what might be wrong with it, or every now and then somebody does have a good olive oil.
The world of olive oil is so vast. Olive oil versus butter.
Okay.
What are your thoughts? Now, I'm going to guess that if anybody knows a good answer to this, it would be you. If I get olive oil, on my shirt, what's the best way to get it out? I've heard that mushrooms are the biggest vegetable that Pennsylvania produces.
Okay, I believe that.
I don't know, maybe because we're damp and shady.
Damp.
So this is the dark, seedy underbelly of the olive oil
And
industry.
it is seedy as you
Really?
can imagine. Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
It's terrible.
So Pittsburgh has a taste for olive oil. I think there are a lot of traditional Pittsburgh dishes that you can use olive oil in. Pierogies, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I know people who make pierogies and they use olive oil versus butter, and
You're an expert.
Yeah, I'm becoming an expert.
I'd say you're there. I mean, what do they say? You spend so many hours at something, you're qualified as an expert. But
yeah.
Hey, you're aces in my book, I tell you what.